Hello fashion people, you're welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be learning how to make a 1440 degree flare. I am also going to be showing you how to attach a crinoline to your flare using your lining, and I'm also going to give you tip on how to cut a 720 degree flare and 1080 degree flare, which is 3 circle. So if it is something you want to learn, keep watching. Trust me, it is a well detailed tutorial and I know you are going to enjoy this. So if you are new here, you're hello, welcome. Kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell. If you have done that, thank you for subscribing. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Let's get started. So when we're talking about 1440 degree flare, we are talking about 4 different circles. When we want to make our flare, we will cut our flare in a circle form. So for a 144 degree flare, it is 4 different circles, and each of that circle is going to be 360. So 360 times 4 will give you 1440 degree flare. So when you want to cut a 144 degree flare, you are going to be cutting 4 different circles, not just one. You'll be cutting 4 different circles, unlike your normal peplum or normal circle skirt that you cut just one circle. So we are going to be cutting 4 different circles, and we're going to join it together to make up 144 degree flare. So the formula for one circle is the waist circumference, or whatever circumference you're making use of, divided by 6.28. So that is the formula for one circle. So if you want to cut a 144 degree flare, whatever value you got from your waist divided by 6.28, you will go further to divide by 4. Do you get that? So this is a formula for one circle. So if you want to cut a 720 degree flare, whatever value you got, you are going to divide by 2, which 720 degree flare is 2 circle. But we are dealing with 1440 degree flare. Whatever value I got, I will further divide it by 4. So this is me trying to measure my upper bodies. This is my upper bodies because it's going to be peplum. I'm trying to get the circumference of the upper bodies, including the zipper allowance. So I have it as 28 inches. And that 28 inches, I will not just use it because I'm having 4 circles. As you can see, I'm having 4 circles. I will need sewing allowance to add the 4 circle together. So I'm going to be adding 4 inches for the joining allowance of each circle. So you'll be needing 4 inches. So you're going to add 4 inches to whatever circumference you are making use of. For me, I'm making use of 28. I'm adding 4 inches for this joining allowance of the circle, and everything will give me 32 inches. That 32 inches is what I will use, and that is what I will use to get the value. So 32 inches divided by 6.28 is going to give me 5.07. So if you want to cut one circle, you will use 5.09. So if you want to cut one circle, you will use this. If you want to cut 4 circles, you are going to divide this value by 4. If you want to cut 3 circles, you are going to divide this value by 3. If you want to cut 2 circles, which is 720 degree flare, you are going to divide by 2. So I divided mine by 4 because you are cutting 144 degree flare, and it gave me 1.27. So I'm going to be using 1.05 instead. I'm going to be using 1.5. So I will be using 1.5 because I want the flare to be in SS, so I can go ahead and plait it. So the next thing is to get the length of your upper bodies. Because it's going to be a peplum, I'm going to get the length of my upper bodies and then subtract it from the full length of my dress. So the full length of my dress is 22 inches and my half length is 15 inches. By the time I subtract, I will have 7 inches plus 1 inch for the joining allowance. So I'm going to be having 8 inches. So the length of my flare or my peplum is going to be 8 inches depending on what you are cutting. So you will check your own length and make use of your length. So I'm having 8 inches as the length, and then the radius now as 1 point. I'm using 1.5 because I want it to be in excess, but the main value is 1.27. So this is me trying to fold the fabric. We are going to be, because one circle is going to be 360, so we are going to be folding it into 4. So this is me trying to fold the first one. I'm trying to get the first fold. From after getting the first fold, I will now proceed to get the second fold. This is the first fold, and then this is the second fold. Did you see that? So I'm having it as 4 fold now. So I'm having it as 4 fold. So I'm trying to check the length of what I have, so I will not waste my fabric. So the length I'm cutting is 8 inches, then and the radius is around 1.5. So 8 inches plus 1.5 should be around 9 inches. So I'm going to reduce the length of this fabric because I don't want to waste my fabric. I want to reduce it to have like 10 inches or so. You don't want to waste your fabric. So to get the length of fabric you want, just check the length of what you are cutting plus the radius you are going to be cutting. And my radius is 1.5, the length is 8 inches, everything is going to be 9.5. so if I should have like 10 inches, and that is why I'm readjusting it, so I will not waste my fabric. So I have like 10 inches and it will be enough for me to cut out my circle. Did you see that? So now what I'm going to do is to cut out the radius. So from the tip here, did you see, you begin to mark your radius. You can make use of 1.5, whatever thing you're making use of. So you're going to be taking it like this. Did you see the way I'm taking it? You are going to be marking it like this. Did you see? So I'm making use of 1.5. Did you see? So I will just mark 1.5 all round and then follow the curve to curve it. Did you see that? So I'll follow the curve and curve. So did you see? So try to check it. Did you see? To avoid mistake. Did you see what I have? So you go ahead and curve it, and then the next thing is to get the length of your peplum, which is 8 inches. So did you see? So I'm going to go ahead to mark 8 inches. Did you see what my 8 inches is? So I'm going to take it round right like this. Take your 8 inches round and round. Did you see that? And then just go ahead and then connect the curve. So this is very easy and simple to make. So when I'm done connecting the curve, I will go ahead and cut. So this is the first circle now, the first circle. So I'll also cut this part. Did you see the way I'm cutting it? So by the time you open it up, so this is called 360-degree flare, and this is what most of us cut. It does not really give you the fullness, but once you cut more, like 4, you will have the fullness that you want. So the higher the circle, the fuller your peplum. So I've gone ahead to cut 4 now. Did you see? I have my 4 circle with my lining. So 4 different circles and also 4 different pieces for lining. So I cut it the exact way. Did you see? So I cut out 4 different circles and I cut my lining the same way. So I'm going to put everything together, making it 8 pieces now. 4 for the main fabric and 4 for the lining. I'm going to slit one side open like this. Did you see? So I will be able to join the 4 pieces together. So this is what I have. I will go ahead and attach an interfacing to my fabric. It's optional, but if you want it to have more structure, you can attach an interface, maybe paper stay or hair stay. I'm attaching only on the fabric. You can as well attach on the fabric and on the lining, is fine. So I'm attaching only on my fabric. So even if you don't have an interfacing, you can as well, sew it like that, but adding an interfacing will give it a bit of structure. So this is what I have. I'm already on my sewing desk. Did you see? So I've attached all the interfacing needed. Did you see? So I'll go ahead and join. Did you see? That was why we added 1 inch for the joining allowance. You will join the 4th circle like this. Did you see? So this is the lining. I have joined the lining. Did you see? I've joined the lining. As you can see how full the lining is. Did you see? You can see how full the lining is. So now we are going to be sewing this. I'm done joining the flare. As you can see, did you see what I have? Did you see? I've joined and I've ironed the seam open. Did you see? So you can see it is very full. So I'm going to be attaching a crinoline on it. So attaching a crinoline on it is it's your choice. You can decide to attach a peplum stay if you want it to stand very firm. You want it to have a wavy effect. You are going to be attaching your crinoline. If you don't want any of that, you can go ahead and just use your lining and sew them together. So it depends on what you want to achieve. Do you want it to stand very firm? You attach a peplum stay. You want it to have a wavy effect, you attach your crinoline. So this is what I'm going to be using. You can see I have my crinoline of about 2 inches. I guess it's 2 inches or about 2.5. So that is what I'll be using to attach on this peplum. So I'm going to be attaching my lining and my fabric. You can see the right side of the lining is facing the right side of the fabric. Did you see? So I'm going to grab my crinoline and then place it like this. Did you see? I'm sewing everything together. The right side of the lining is facing the right side of the fabric, so I'm sewing on the wrong side now. You can see I'm sewing on the wrong side. Did you see? So I'm placing my crinoline. As you can see, I left some like about ½ inch before sewing, so I'll go ahead and sew it all round. Just see the way I'm placing it. Let me just show you how you would do that. So you go ahead and sew. So you go ahead and sew it and backstitch, and then see the way I'm keeping the crinoline. Did you see? Just follow the curve. Did you see? And then you sew. Just be placing it like this. Did you see how I'm sewing it? Allow the wavy effect of that crinoline to show. Did you see? So that is how you sew it, and you sew to the end. So did you see that you are going to sew it to the end? Did you see? So this is actually very easy and simple for you to sew. At the end, you're going to go ahead and backstitch. So did you see that? So the next thing I will advise you to do is to top stitch. Did you see? So let me just cut up here. So I'll go ahead and top stitch. Top stitching this will help. Even if you do not iron it, it will lay down very well. So I'm going to be top stitching on the lining side now. Did you see how I'm opening it up? So you are going to be top stitching on the lining side. You're going to put your seam allowance towards the lining side, and you will go ahead and do what? And sew it all down. So as you're sewing, be careful to to open it up, so you will not this is crinoline, so you need to be careful so you won't make mistake there. So you'll be opening it up like this, and then you top stitch to the end. So when I'm done top stitching, this is what I'm going to have. Did you see how it is? So I will just take it to my ironing table now to go ahead and iron. Did you see how it is? So if you don't top stitch it well, you might have issue. So this is me trying to iron it. So this is it. This is very easy and simple to make. So you go ahead and press it down very well. So when I'm done ironing, this is what I have. It was so full, as you can see the fullness. So it was so full that at the end I was thinking if I will be able to wear something as full as that. So if it is what you want, so you can go ahead to make 144-degree flare. You can cut 3 circles, you can cut 2 instead, whatever fullness you want to achieve. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.